Hey, Jared. Yeah, well, the first time, my first impression of Pantera when they were covering Tesla song was like, well, first of all, we were like, whoa, who is that? We walked in there, and the first thing I noticed was the guitar player's guitar, which was like really cool. And I hadn't seen that guitar in a long time. The last time I seen a guitar like that was like in a circus magazine or Hit Parader, and it was like the Doobie Brothers or the Cars or something like that. So it was cool to hear somebody playing something heavy and having that guitar. And they sounded great. You could tell that there was a band that was going to be up and coming. Hey, Psycho Joe. Well, arpeggios they're in conjunction with this hand and this hand doing the same thing. Maybe I can give you a demonstration of like an exercise you might want to try. An arpeggio is basically a scale, so we'll do the major one. So you're going to want to go just keep doing that faster and faster. Then what you want to do is start sweeping it. See, I kind of suck right now because I just woke up. But anyway, that's the whole idea, that you want to go like this with the strings. That's like the cheating way to do it. Just do the top three. Like that. So just practice that, like 20 hours a day, and you'll end up being able to do it. So I got another like 18 hours to go. So. Hey Joe, well, the way it rolls now is instead of searching for booze and chicks every night, we're looking for a good cheeseburger. No, not really. Well, sometimes, but probably just just a little bit more mellow now after the show, and want to get a good night's rest to be able to perform a good show for the next day. Hey Greg, what's up? Thanks for your question. Persecuted Won't Forget riff. Just looking to play something really, really fast. And usually when you play stuff really fast, you try to keep it simple. And it sounds super busy, but it's actually not. That's basically just a couple pull-offs. It's real slow. It's which is real simple, but fast. So that's a lot of fun. So yeah, a lot of picking with the open E, and then doing, like the fifth string, doing pull-offs. Stuff like that's pretty cool. Hey Luke, what's going on? Good question. My influences are still the ones that I have, like when I first started playing guitar, like in 8th grade. Tony Iommi, always get his name wrong. It's one of my favorite guitar players. Michael Schenker, a lot of the older stuff he's done. And then, the newer players like, Dimebag, he really, modernized metal. I think he did a great job with it. And pretty much the old school guys though, probably like Tony for sure. Hey Jim, yeah, that's a good question. What band would I pay to see? Probably all of them, if I couldn't get in, if I really wanted to go check them out. Probably I would pay to go see, I haven't seen for a while, like the Scorpions. Pat, the first thing that made me want to play guitar probably was Gene Simmons, and he doesn't even play guitar, he plays bass, but probably have to say Kiss, Ace Frehley. Hey, Camber, what's up? Bands I listen to now. I'm listening to a lot of metal, always listening to metal. Probably right now, I've been digging the new Heaven and Hell. It was a little slow for me to get into it first, but as always, once you start tripping on it, it comes out pretty killer. See what else I've been listening to. That's about it. The new Heaven and Hell. Check it out. Bucket Ass, you can have my old school V guitar for sure. But you have to order it online. Or you got to come to one of our shows and throw your little name in a raffle and maybe you can win it. 2 options. Hey Jacob, songwriting. I'd have to say probably like movies. A good movie, good horror flick, something like that. Maybe some experiences that I've had, but mostly movies, I think, or soundtrack, stuff like that. You get ideas, you hear music in a movie, and you kind of just fumble on some ideas, or a scene in a movie or something like that. At least lately, that's been the case for me. Strange Flesh, that's a good question. That was a very cliche thing to do back in the day. Everybody was always scooping. I think even EMG makes a pickup. They have an 85 that has a scoop in the mid-range a little bit. But I think it's better and more challenging if you don't scoop the mids. Maybe a little bit, but mids are what give you your attack. And that's what you want to do if you're playing thrash metal or playing metal. You want to be able to hear what you're doing. Unless you're just going jun, jun, jun all day, I prefer to have mids, so you should too. Hey, Lockjaw. Yeah, transformation, formation of damnation, all that good stuff. Basically, we started throwing in the element of death metal style of music on, I'd probably say around Low. And then, The Gathering, we added a little bit of black, black, death, thrash, whatever. It's all dark, heavy music, and it's all fun. Hey Matt, our first rigs that we used back in the day, when we got signed, we bought new Marshalls, and we had Marshall JCM 800 heads with Furman PQ equalizers and Ibanez tube screamers. And we used that for like 2 or 3 years until we got introduced to like the Bradshaw switching system, and ended up getting a whole huge rack, which was just annoying. And I think it caught on fire, so I went back to pedals. But yeah, that was the first thing I had.